There's been a lot of activity in my Wealthsimple trade portfolio in the past few weeks. The market has been swinging up and down, and with that, I've been sticking to my usual pattern of dollar cost averaging with a slight spin on it. But I've also decided to sell off a few positions, which I'll be going over later on in this video. Welcome back to the Fire Grind. My name is Daniel, and on this channel, we talk about personal finance and stock market investing. And before we jump into this video, if you guys are interested in signing up for a Wealthsimple trade account or a Wealthsimple invest account, which is a Robo investing platform, you can go into the description down below. For Wealthsimple Trade, they'll give you $10 for free if you deposit $100 into your account. And for Wealthsimple Invest, if you deposit $500 into your account, you'll get $50 into your account. Oh, and there's one more thing. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I have a special announcement to all my subscribers. So for this month, I decided to dollar cost average, but with a little bit of a twist. And for most people who talk about dollar cost averaging, they're basically setting a specific date on each month that they'll invest X amount of dollars or a specific date every week. For me, I don't exactly do that. I'd rather kind of time the market. And the reason for this is I try to use technical indicators such as different moving averages as well as certain patterns on the chart to time my entries into a stock. And as well, I try to use technical analysis to time my exit points for certain positions that I'm looking to sell off. And for those of you who don't know what technical analysis is, it's basically looking at patterns within a stock chart to be able to predict where the stock is going next. It's kind of just like in any sort of romantic comedy movie. You know that the main character shows up and then they have their counterpart, which is either a handsome guy or a beautiful girl. And when they walk in, you know exactly that something is going to happen between the main character and that other person. And usually along the way, they meet some sort of trouble and eventually they resolve that trouble and in the end, they live happily ever after. And this happens in most TV shows and movies. However, there are exceptions. And it's just like with technical analysis in the stock market. So when you look at a stock chart, there are certain patterns that you can pick out and you can say with a fair amount of confidence that the stock in the short term is going to head either up or down. But it's not as certain as what's going to happen between two characters in a movie. But for the most part, it is a lot better than just randomly guessing when you should exit or enter a position. So for example, in one of my past videos, I bought into Well Health Technologies at $6.85. And I explained in that video my reason for buying at these levels, even though in a previous video before that, I was saying Well Health Technologies is quite expensive at these levels right now. And I would only buy Well Health Technologies if it dropped down to around the $4 level. But I looked at the chart and I saw a pattern forming, and then eventually the stock broke out of the pattern. And when it breaks out of the pattern, it typically continues to shoot up higher for a couple days based on previous history. So I decided to buy once I saw the breakout happen, and sure enough, Well Health Technologies kept on going up for the short term. But if you kept on tracking Well Health Technologies stock, it did eventually fall back down from the highs of around $7.20 all the way down to $6.30. So when I timed to buy Well Health Technologies at $6.85, this is more of a short-term timing, knowing that the price will go up in the next couple of days after that. But beyond that, for the next couple of weeks, it's kind of anyone's guess from there. I was okay with buying at these elevated levels because I knew that the stock for the long term, in like 3 to 10 years from now, the stock will be worth more than it is right now at $6.85. So enough about technical analysis, let's jump right into the stock portfolio. So as you can see here right in my portfolio, currently today it's worth $21,502.29. And if we just zoom out about 3 months, you can kind of see the deposit line here as I scroll back and forth. You can see that as for today, the total net deposits I've made into this account is $20,390. So I'm up roughly around $1,000 on this account. And if you look at the amount that I spent this month on buying stocks, which you can't see on the portfolio, but I'll just tell you, it's around $523.60. And the total amount of stocks that I sold off this month was actually $1,090.15. So I'll get right into all the positions that I bought, as well as the positions that I sold off. So first, let's jump into the positions that I bought this month. So on September 14th, I bought 3 shares of Real for $70.08. And this was roughly a cost basis of $24.76 per share. And then later on in that day, I decided to buy some Grand Columbia Mining, which I did talk about in a previous video where I interviewed the CEO. If you're interested in that, links are right up here. So I bought 5 shares for a total of $33.85. And the cost basis for those shares was $6.43 per share. Then also on that day on September 14th, I decided to buy some more Docebo stock. So I bought one share at $45.33. And you can see here that I'm averaging slowly into Docebo as it was dropping from $50 all the way down to $45 here. Then we move on to September 15th, the next day. This is when I made my entry into Well Health Technologies, which I talked about earlier on in the intro. So I bought 20 shares for a total cost of $137. And as I said before, the cost basis for this was $6.85. And if we go one day further, and as you can see, I was buying quite a bit from September 14th to the 16th, I bought another share of Docebo for $44.38. So you can see in one day, Docebo moved down by roughly $1, and I kept dollar cost averaging into the stock because I do believe in this company in the long term, and $44.38 was roughly around my cost basis. And then also on September 18th, I continued to buy more Docebo. So I bought 2 shares for a total of $86.44, and the price per share here was $43.22. So a little bit lower than my buy on September 16th. And that was pretty much all the stocks that I bought since my last update. And if you're interested in that last update, links are right up here. Now let's jump over to what I sold this month. So I sold a total of 2 positions. And the first one here is Go Easy. So I sold it for a total proceeds of $331.15. And that roughly was $66.23 per share. And if we look at my cost basis, which I don't exactly have on me here, but I do remember I bought them for roughly around $50 per share. And with Go Easy, the market has a love-hate relationship with it. And every time Go Easy releases earnings, the stock usually pumps up because Go Easy always crushes their earnings. However, Go Easy often doesn't have much news, and investors probably get a little bit impatient with this stock, and they end up selling it off. So I feel like there's a lot of weak investors in Go Easy. And for this reason, I decided to sell it off at $66, and knowing that this company could probably drop even further where I could get back into the stock. And I think today Go Easy probably trades in the low 60s, but I'm looking for maybe another entry point in the $50 mark. If Go Easy doesn't go below that, I don't think it's too big of a loss for me because I didn't have that much of an attachment towards the company in terms of my long-term belief. There are a lot more other stocks out there that I'd rather take this money and deploy it into for long-term growth. The second stock that I sold, which might be a shocker to a lot of you who are Canadians, is BlackBerry. And yes, I've talked about BlackBerry on this channel, and actually, the previous time I talked about BlackBerry, I believe, is when I was talking about swing trading BlackBerry. And I sold BlackBerry here for total proceeds of $759, and that was roughly equal to $6.90 per share. If you look at BlackBerry today, I think they actually trade around $6.19 per share. So there's quite a bit of a drop between September 24th and today when I'm filming, which is September 28th. So in 4 days, BlackBerry dropped fairly significantly, over 10%. And the reason why I sold BlackBerry here at $6.90 is because this was just after earnings, and their earnings were, I think they were pretty decent in terms of investors just receiving it. So the stock did push upwards to $7.20. However, the same day that they released earnings, the stock was selling off rapidly in the morning. So I decided to liquidate my position here, and maybe I'll get back into BlackBerry at the $6.20 level because I did notice, based off of some technical analysis, that it's trading between $6 and $7. So I know that I could probably swing trade it and buy it low when it's in the low $6 and sell it off when it's in the high $6. But we'll see what I do going forward depending on what other deals that I see. So if you're interested in keeping up with my BlackBerry position, whether I enter into it later on, click that subscribe button right now. Now let's go over the dividend income that I received since my last update. Now you can see all the dividends I received on the screen since September 7th. So starting off with September 8th, I received $2.40 from REI. Then on September 15th, I received multiple dividends here. From CSH, I received $3.57. CAR, I received 46 cents. AltaGas, I received 80 cents. SIA, or Sienna Senior Living, I received $5.46. SOT, or Slate Office Retails, I received $3.66. Parklawn Corp, I received $1.14. And Manulife on September 21st paid me $11.20. So the dividends I received since my last update roughly equals to $25. So that's not too shabby for 3 weeks of just sitting there and holding these positions. One last thing that I have to announce to you guys is I'm starting an email list. And if you join the email list, you'll be the first to know about certain things that are happening on this channel. And I have a few big things that are planned for this coming year, so if you want to be the first to know, definitely drop your email in there, and I'd greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like down below, as well as subscribe and hit that notification bell to get future videos on my stock portfolio or just different stocks that I analyze. Anyways, keep up the grind and have a great day.